Good evening and welcome to the Banshee's Wail. This evening, Rob will be our game master as we face the Frost King. Take it away, Rob.
All right. Well, we'll start with the names of our adventurers for this story. We have the brave Barian Rorik, played by Jake.
Hello.
We have, correct me if it's wrong, Aesalar? Esselar?
SLR.
Played by Merlin. And then, of course, Silmanari, our favorite Dragonborn, played by Mark.
Arr, the Dragonkin, the myth, the legend.
Well, the three of you go on an adventure, of course. This one, the three of you are paired together as you go to your favorite tavern. Now, you go there for a night of relaxation from another adventure. Now, the notice board at your tavern holds a request from the mayor of Myerfall. It explains on the request that the town has come under the effects of a terrible curse that has trapped them in never-ending winter. There's a reward of 200 gold pieces for any adventurers brave enough to save the town from the curse's icy grip. The promise of gold has allured all three of you. You took your time on getting ready, preparing, as you heard, of the endless winter. You gathered some cold weather gear, especially Rorik, since he usually shows a lot of chest out and about.
Yes.
He's going to have to cover them up for this one. Now, the journey to Myerfall takes you through the wild lands of the Black Hills and into the notorious monster-infested forest that hugs the base of the Motionless Mountain. The road is little more than a rough path that winds its way through the trees, leading you deeper into the lush woods. The leaves on the canopy above slowly change to autumnal shades the further you go, and the air grows colder and thinner. Snowflakes begin to fall around you as you round the bend of the muddy road leading into Myerfall. The frontier town sits built from the very trees felled to make the clearing in which it sits. Now, dirty snow covers the town's wooden palisade and the thatched roofs of the rough and tumble frontier town. You see guards standing at the gate, look dejected and wary that they huddle next to a small brazier for warmth. Now, the settlement appears almost entirely abandoned, and only a few careworn townsfolk wander the streets bundled in heavy coats and scarves. You pass through the entrance to the town. The guards hardly even pay attention to you. You walk over a bridge crossing over a frozen river, and you see a tavern. You can tell it's a tavern just from the build of the building, as well as a wooden sign hanging in front of it, carved with a blazing wagon. It's displayed out the front of the building. You can tell that this is also the second largest building in Myerfall. The largest is a little ways down the road. Outside of the tavern, you can see. Actually, let me grab that here. There's an actual wagon on fire next to the tavern with a few townsfolk huddled around it for warmth. And let me give you guys sight here in a second. There we go. And you should all now be able to see your characters. Oh, actually, Rorik, let me give you sight since we just loaded you in. There you go. Can everyone see?
Yes.
Yes, I can see.
I can't. Mine's black and white.
Oh, let me double check.
Little known fact, the C is actually a pirate's favorite letter.
It should let you see. You're down at the bottom left corner of the map.
Yeah, it's weird. My screen it just looks like it has streaks across it. I don't see it on the map.
Yes. You're down at the bottom left. The streaks are coming from you as there's a building, so you can't see through the walls of the building.
Yeah, go ahead and move your screen down to the bottom, and it should show more.
Yeah, and if you move your character around, the lighting will adjust with your character. So if you enter into the building, into those walls, you'll be able to see everything. This is the beauty of dynamic lighting.
Can you do the Control L or whatever this keyboard shortcut is to?
Yeah, I can see through her. That's through Merlin.
Okay.
See through him. Can you see?
Maybe it's just my screen because I don't see anything.
You might want to try refreshing the page real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How intense is this never-ending winter? Is it just a lot of heavy, kind of stagnant snow? Are we in like a hefty blizzard right now? A lot of wind.
Why don't you ask the townfolk? Right now, as you enter the town, you can see the sky is covered in clouds. No sunshine coming down. It's dim lit. No snow falling at this moment, but there is a cold wind that runs through the town. You can tell if you weren't wearing cold weather gear, you would definitely be a little worse for wear.
Mm-hmm.
There's a cold wind a blowing. Did you get your screen squared away, Merlin?
It just says Roll20's loading. I refreshed it one more time just to be safe, but I'm just waiting at this point.
Okay. Yeah, once it loads, just let me know.
It says you're in the game. I can see.
Yeah, it's still streaked,
Yeah.
but I
Oh yeah, it should be streaked. Like if I put you over here, you should be able to see the whole inside now.
Where'd he go?
Okay, now I can see the tokens. Well, yeah, it was over the tokens, so.
Yeah, so when you're not in the building, you shouldn't be able to see inside the building, and that's part of Roll20's dynamic lighting.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So to actually see in there, you have to go into the building.
Oh, Roll20.
Yeah, basically tells you where walls are and things like that.
And it's kind of abrupt. It's like a very, very like sharp line. All right,
but you're outside of the tavern. You can see some of the townsfolk huddled around a burning wagon outside of the tavern.
Well, Rorik's going to start walking toward those townfolk.
Maybe get out of the cold a little bit.
Good evening, all. Going to join you by this fire.
There's not much room, but come on.
We won't be long. We only have a few questions. How long has your town been engulfed in this winter?
It's hard to say. I think it came about during the last winter, which was 6 months ago, and the storm never ended.
What is the severity of this winter?
It seems to have a mood. Some days, it's just freezing cold. Everything just enough to stay frozen. And some days it's like a blizzard runs through. Wind fast enough to cut your face, blinding you, almost trying to put out the fires.
And what are the damages? I'm
Crop
assuming
fields have all withered away. That, I say, is the worst.
Was there anything else weird that happened around the time the storm started?
Not that I know of. I know our mayor is trying to figure it out, but it's been 6 months, hasn't it?
Were there any specific newcomers to the area that you hadn't noticed before?
Well, you're new.
Well, I'm not saying now, this is 6 months later. But how about around the time that the winter never stopped?
Not that I'm keen on. People come, people go. No one that stood out, at least.
Could you point us to anyone else in the town who might be able to know a little bit more? Have there been any ramblings by anyone? Something that maybe seems a little far-fetched.
No ramblings, but you can go talk to the mayor. She's just down the road at the hall. It's the largest building just that way. He points off further down the road.
Ah, that way. All right. Then maybe I think that we should move along, Rorik. What do you think?
Yes, I agree. I have some torches on my person. Can I go ahead and light a couple, give them to my party so we can have some warmth on the go?
Yeah, you can light a couple of your torches.
All right, I'm going to give my allies a torch each, and I will ignite one myself. Going to borrow some of your fire. Dip it in the wagon fire. And then hit the road.
What a fine idea.
Much appreciated.
Good luck to you.
Many long nights ahead for you.
Hopefully warm ones.
Hopefully.
And let me grab you all. So you all just want to go straight to the town hall?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
There we go. All right. Perfect. So you follow the road down further, coming upon, like I said, the largest building, same style building with the roofing, everything covered in snow still. As you walk down the road, it actually starts to pick up a little bit, and you can see snowfall starting. You walk toward the building. It's a square-shaped building with a smaller building directly next to it. You can tell from looking at the way that the structure's made that the center of the building is kind of like a foreground. And when you walk near, you see a woman standing outside of the entrance with two folk who seem a little distraught. You can hear them talking a bit. They're voicing toward the woman, both of them at the same time. A lot of hand gestures, kind of frantic. You see her trying to calm them down.
Well, let's go have a look.
I agree.
Maybe we can help.
And as I approach, I'm going to hold a hand up, just kind of showing that I mean no harm.
Yeah, the two people aren't really paying much attention and really don't notice you. They're very distraught and focused on her. As you approach, you can hear her say to them, I understand. It's okay. We're going to get through this. I promise. We've sent notice out. I, again, am sorry about your son, but there's not much we can do right now. Please, we're trying to keep everything civil until some help arrives.
Pardon my intrusion, but we are the help. As I turn around and see Salmanar is kind of a distance away, as is Merlin.
You can tell that the woman just quickly glances at you and says, see here, this is the adventurer I sent out for. Please, I have to help them out. Please go back to your home and await for any word. I promise we'll get rations over to you as soon as possible as well. Thank you. And she turns toward you, and the two kind of just walk off.
Rations. You're in need of rations? I have some on my person.
Well, unless you can feed a couple hundred people, I don't think that's going to come in much handy. But thank you. So I assume you're here from the notice board?
Yes.
Merlin, you're just kind of hanging back?
I don't see my token anywhere on the screen. I don't even see a map or anything. I tried refreshing, but the same thing keeps coming up.
No? Let me see. You're down at the very bottom. I'll kind of move you toward them, see if it lights up your screen a bit.
It lights up. I just don't see anything.
Let's see. Vision is set. Night vision is set. You can't see your token at all?
No, I saw the ping when you clicked on it, but I don't see my token at all.
Token and And you can't see any of the other tokens at all?
No, I just see a grid background with some black.
What?
Hmm.
I'll try refreshing it again.
That's odd.
I know the same thing comes back up.
Huh. Try
And
reloading.
you're all the way to the... Oh, you said you can see the light side of the map, right?
Yeah, it's on the left side.
Yeah, but your token isn't on there at all?
No, I don't even see like a map or if there's a background at all. It's just a grid.
Does the token setting have sight?
Yeah. Well, if he's seeing light, then it's definitely working.
Minari just came up.
Okay,
Yeah,
if one
might
of
just be
them loads.
Roll20 taking a while loading.
Yeah, which is odd.
Rob,
Okay,
check your
well, it looks
internet.
like the page is
Mine's good.
well,
Everything's good.
Discord's, if my internet's acting up, Discord's usually the first thing to go. So I'm sorry, I
Yeah.
don't know what's going on here.
You try reloading.
You all
your page?
good? Yeah, I think he's done it a few times now.
Okay. This never happens, folks.
Yeah, never. Not at all.
Sorry.
This never happens to me.
Roll20 never acts up.
No,
We
not
love
at
you,
all.
Roll20.
This is especially not on a live stream, at all. The software works perfect every single time. Perfectly. the beauty of editing is when we go and do the YouTube actual episode of this for the story, this will all be edited out. So, so we can joke around with the audience about the fun that we have.
Yeah, it shouldn't. Everything should be working fine.
See,
All the settings are right.
like I just put in Discord what I see. It looks like it's still loading, but like it's just the grid with some black on the side.
Huh. It's really, really weird. Maybe, Rob, if you're not hiding anything like behind the lighting, maybe we just play without dynamic lighting. That just might be an issue tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's almost as if the map isn't loading at all for him. Let me turn off dynamic lighting.
Yeah, try and.
How about now, Merlin?
I just see a grid.
Try refreshing it on this because I see it perfectly.
Yeah, it's as if nothing's actually loading on the grid for him.
It's really strange.
Clear your cache and cookies.
I did that before the stream started.
Are you on Chrome?
I am on Chrome.
You are. Yeah, because this is completely optimized for Chrome. I've tried playing in Safari. It does not work. That is really, really weird.
Tested this out before I even like opened anything.
Sounds like a straight up cyber attack.
It's DDoS.
I'm being hacked.
You're being DDoSed. That's what it is.
See, this is what happens when I decide to play a totally lawful good druid. I can't play a lawful good character.
Exactly.
Bad things happen.
Exactly. You just can't. It's bad juju. That's why you have to go chaotic neutral like me.
No, I always do like chaotic neutral or chaotic good, or it came up. So we have I have a map.
What was that you fixed?
I didn't touch it.
No, Rob fixed it. So this is totally Rob's fault. I saw you go, woo, check it now. Like,
no, he said that. I was like, okay, cool. No, I literally didn't do anything. It's just that for some reason the map wasn't loading.
Try turning dynamic lighting back on one more time.
And then it breaks.
I would say, let's break it, yeah. Well, for this map, it doesn't matter. The next map is the one that matters on.
All right, cool. So hopefully the next map it'll work. We'll try it on that one. If it doesn't, maybe hide shit to the GM layer. I don't know.
Yeah. Even then, like
no cursing.
Okay. I think there we go. It's like, where's my NPC? All right, so
we approach.
She greets you. Yeah, she greets you all, and says, "I assume you're here for the notice, for the request."
I am.
Oh, perfect. We've been waiting.
How long have you been waiting?
I sent out that notice about 3 months ago. You're probably the 5th group to come by from it.
What happened to the other 4?
One group died. The others just weren't able to find anything.
Nice, only one died. 25%. Oh, I like those odds. Those are quite a bit higher than my normal.
They ran into a bear. Apparently they weren't prepared for even that.
Oh, well, I'm here, so we're in good shape then.
I'll fight a bear with me bare hands.
Perfect. You might have to.
All right.
But we actually do have a lead, so I'm really glad you're here.
What is this lead?
That, as she points off to her right over here, at a cage. You can see inside the cage is a sleeping goblin, just lying on the snow with a kind of ragged blanket over it.
As the creature spoke common. Does it remain silent? Okay.
The opposite. She doesn't shut up. So if you do wake her up, be prepared.
Very
She
well.
keeps speaking nonsense of an ice ghost, something about her tribe. Half of it is mumble. There might be a lead with her, though.
How did you come into? Why did you arrest this creature?
Did you
Well,
ask?
it's Goblin, and it actually just wandered into our village.
Was it asking for help, or?
Yes, and at the same time, it kept asking if it wanted us to see its magic and made something explode. So we just put it in a cage. That was yesterday.
I don't think that'll really stop it from making things explode if it really doesn't want to. Maybe we should ask it
It's
questions.
the best we got.
All right.
I speak Goblin, so perhaps I can earn the creature's trust and gather some intelligence.
It's all yours, Rorik.
After you.
I will go ahead and approach the cage, and I will say, "You there?"
How do you say it?
I'm actually going to say it in Goblin. I'm just going to start speaking its tongue.
Blah, 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 blah.
As you say that to the little blue goblin, it hops up really quickly. Do I look dumb to you?
In the same language, I'm going to say no, but I figured that maybe you haven't spoken with anyone in your native tongue, so
You
perhaps
think
we could.
I can't speak the normal language? I'm the smartest goblin you'll ever meet.
Very well. We could just speak in common, and I will say that in common.
Oh, now I'm too good?
Are you hungry?
Well, after insulting me, give me the food, yes.
I'll go ahead and give a ration to the goblin, and I'll start snacking on some myself.
Snatches it from your hand.
I'm so happy that we let Rorik talk.
Best
What
choice
pecs?
today.
So why are you here? In this town?
It was cold.
Interesting choice. The pretty lady over there tells me that you had been muttering something about a ghost.
Oh, first you insult my intelligence, now you say I'm muddle?
Tell me
Well,
about
yes,
this ghost.
There is a ghost. First, how about we show some pleasantry? What's your name?
My name is Rorik. What is yours?
Such an ugly name. I'll call you Pectorals. My name is
I like
Fritz.
that better. What's the creature's name?
My name is Vritzt, the greatest goblin wizard you'll ever meet.
Ritzt.
Say it with me, Pectorals. Vritzt.
Veritzt.
Thank you.
Now, do you want me to say just Veritz or Veritz, the greatest goblin I'll ever meet? Like a Tribe Called Quest.
Would you not call a king a king?
Very well, Veritz. What do you know about this ghost? Give me the timeline of your meeting with it.
Scaly! You seem smart. Get over here.
Oh no. All right. How can I be of assistance?
Now say it with me. Vritzt,
Yes.
the greatest goblin wizard.
Okay, Veritz. How can I be of assistance?
of the land. Come over here. Come over here.
I'll make room.
Vritst, the greatest goblin wizard. Say it with me.
Vritz, the greatest goblin wizard.
Okay, yes. So about the ghost. So, like I said, I'm the greatest goblin wizard. And I also used to lead a tribe of goblins. The Grey Claw tribe, to be exact. Up in the mountains. Now, we had a shaman who happened to get possessed by a ghost. And this is why there's an endless winter.
How long ago did this happen, Vritz?
Well, Fritz goes to the ground and starts drawing lines on the ground. It looks like she's drawing a calendar. What year is it?
We'll just call it 7.
Yeah, about 7 months ago.
So 7 months ago in the year 7. That was
I
about
think
how
that
long-
would have made it year 6.
Okay.
Now, is no one going to ask me where the shaman is?
Where is the shaman that you speak of?
Tell me, I already said up in the mountain.
But which mountain, Vritsk?
She points back at this very large mountain off in the distance. That one.
Aye. Now, is she towards the base or towards the peak?
You would build a cave at the peak? What are you, a dragon?
It just seems a
actually.
little complicated and obscure. Like maybe a shaman might do it.
Well, see, I built the cave. They're just living in it. It's at the base.
But now, see, if you were an evil wizard, you would have put it up at the top. So that means that you're a good wizard because you're saving people a walk.
I like you, dragon.
I
You're
like
smart.
you too.
Now, is anyone going to let me out of here so that I can show you the mountain?
I believe that we could negotiate your release as long as you promise not to blow anything up on your way out. Can you promise that?
Can you promise me you won't sprout wings and fly?
I can.
Oh. I suppose then.
All right. We have your word then. So, Silmanori will take a step back and ask his companions, Rorik and Aesler, what they believe that we should do. Do you think that the goblin is worth the release in the guide?
I'm neutral for the most part.
But are you chaotic neutral?
I will say this, Veritz. If we release you, if you blow anything up in this town, or you try to blow any of us up, I will get my rations back from the outside inward.
Sorry, pectorals, who are you talking to?
You.
Then why didn't you call me by my name?
How about you, Aesler?
How about you two decide? I'm gonna go talk to the pretty lady.
It's Aesler, correct?
SLR.
SLR. All right, SLR. This is our first adventure together. I apologize, SLR. Now, what do you think of this plan? Having the goblin guide us.
Obviously, he thinks it's great.
although I think Vritz is very honorable and is possibly telling the truth, I think it's a little risky for us to trust and follow them up into the mountain, but I'm not opposed to letting them out since they have been so friendly and courteous to us.
Maybe we tie his hands. Bind him.
Dude,
No, no.
had any explosions, I'd agree with that.
One, I'm a she. Thank you.
I'm sorry. Please,
And
Apologies.
please.
two, they are blue and mean now. You're going to need me.
All right. We will bind you until we exit the town. Can you at least agree to that?
Whatever you're into, Scaly One.
All right.
This is gonna be fun.
I slyly wink. And I walk
I'm excited.
over. Walk over. So, what do you say we take the goblin off of your hands? She has promised to guide us over to the mountain where we might be able to help you with your problem.
Oh, just please take the goblin. I can't deal with it talking anymore.
We shall take her along with us. We'll bind her hands on the way out so that you don't have to worry about any fire.
Can we bind her mouth too?
Let's not be rude, Rorik.
I think not.
I
We can
believe
take the
you were the
binding out
one
of
who
her mouth.
initiated conversation, if I remember correctly, Rorik.
And
You
I
did
regret it.
insist.
'Tis a little too late to regret it now. All right. So I will go back in. Actually, might I have the key to the goblin's
yes.
cage?
Here. Just a key on a little ring.
I appreciate it. And then Solminari will unlock the cage. All right, Veritz. The greatest goblin I'll ever meet. After you, please slip this.
You learn quick.
And here, before we leave, again, we must bind you. So please put your hands in front of you. No, I prefer it behind, just in case. Appreciated. And I will take the silk rope that I have so that it's not quite as binding on the skin. And I will bind her hands.
Ah, you had this laying around? I knew you were into it.
And I will go ahead and open the door for Veritz. After you.
A gentleman.
The gentle dragon.
Hi, pretty lady.
This way, Veritz.
Hello,
Keep
Veritz.
walking.
Please get her out of here.
Keep it moving, Veritz. Keep it moving.
All right. So, you all follow Veritz up toward the mountain. The journey is not too terribly long. You follow the road most of the way. It branches off and breaks to the mountain. Now, as you approach the mountain, here. There it is. The snow-covered trees begin to thin as the path starts to climb the foothills toward the mountain peaks to the north. The air begins to grow colder and colder with each step. The snowdrift deepens. Eventually, Veritz stops and points to a cave mouth in the Rocky Mountain face. The Grey Clad tribe lives there, she says with pride. A display of humanoid skulls adorn the rocks above the entrance, and a crude wooden stands open, its door swinging gently in the chill wind. To keep out pests.
Now, do you think that your tribe is going to consider us pests?
Almost certainly.
So do we have a way to secure our passage through to deal with the shaman, or are we going to have to fight our entire way?
No, they tried to beat me to a bloody pulp, murder the folks for all I care.
All right. Seems like your loyalty is to yourself. I like you. I can appreciate that. Maybe after this, you could join me at sea.
We will see about sea. All right, so you enter in. The cave is complex with rough sandstone walls and floors covered in a layer of ice and snow. You can see in some areas the goblins have built rough wooden walls and partitions using canvas and branches. You can see frozen stalactites hang from the ceiling, and there are some slippery patches of ice. And let me go ahead and move you over. There you go. You're at the bottom left. I did change maps, so let me know if you can see Merlin.
Yeah.
Are you good, Merlin?
I can't see anything. I'm gonna try and refresh it again.
You're fine. Might give it a sec. This is the main map, so it might take a second. It might be a good idea for a break. Quick bathroom break.
Yeah, I'd be in. About a 5-minute break.
Yeah, 5 minutes. Should give it time to load.
All right, stream. We will be right back in about 5 minutes. We'll try and give Merlin's laptop a quick minute to be right back.
The sad part is it's a desktop.
And we are back. Working through some technical issues, so thank you, everyone. Go ahead and take it away, Rob.
All right. Well, you have now entered into the cave. Vritz leading back behind you. You can feel the temperature has dropped drastically since you've come into the cave, at least by 10 degrees. Well, they've definitely redecorated a little. There's more skulls here than I remember.
Well, we'll add quite a few more by the time we're done, from the sound of it.
Hopefully.
Hopefully it's not
Hopefully not your
ours.
own.
Yes. All right, Fritz. Who would like to take the lead? I figured that I should probably sit back a little bit, being the healer and all.
I will go forward. You keep an eye on the goblin.
Aye, Rorik, I will. I'll stay
Really
between
quickly,
you and
how's the
Fritz.
lighting situation in the cave?
The lighting, it is. Should have it right here. Specifies. The light sources are Warren. There's very little lighting coming in from outside, but enough for you to see majority in front of you. You have exited the snow storm outside that has picked up, but you see some lanterns lit, just very little lighting in front of you. It branches off into two paths down both pathways.
Okay.
All right, so what do you think? Should we go left or right first? What are you thinking, Rorik? Here, really quick, before we begin, Veritz, can you please give us any intelligence that you might remember from, your time spent in the caves? Any traps that you might be able to give us some hints that we could avoid?
Well, there's a frozen river running down the center of the cave now. Didn't used to be frozen, so don't step on that. Outside of that, I wasn't much for traps. Unless Fizgut has put anything in that I'm not aware of. Now that, as she points right over here, I built that.
Aye, 'tis a mighty fine statue. Now,
Thank you.
Which way would be the shortest route, do you believe, from here over to the shaman?
Well, when I carved it out, I built two branching paths that met at the same point, so either one, honestly.
And which one has
Both?
the heavier patrols? When you were
Well, I don't know that now. Oh, well, both should have. I'd say the heaviest should be the one to the right.
I think
Because that had the big bridge. The other one was the small bridge that some didn't want to go through.
Ooh, sounds like that.
I thought it was fine.
Now, the treasure room. We haven't discussed that up to this point, but I'm sure that you can imagine where we're leading with this one. You won't.
You want to touch my treasure room?
You won't be keeping everything while we're here. We're here to help you. After all.
You know, whatever you can find, good on you. I think I'm pretty good at hiding.
Maybe any magical items along the way that might be able to aid us in this clearing of the shaman.
I believe in you.
Ooh.
We go left
on
then.
scales.
I agree with Rorik. Let's go left.
Aye, left it is. You know what? I'll keep Veritz right in front of me, just in case.
Gentlemen, at its finest.
Keeping an eye on the prize.
You see, she begins to walk and shake her hips a little more.
Sure, it's just your eyes you're watching with.
You follow the. But at sea a bit long. You follow the path. It begins to come to a smaller point. At the end of the tunnel is a large. I believe it is. Let me go to it real quick. I think it's a metal door. Let me double check. There we go. Yes, it is a crude metal door. You can actually hear some voices talking on the other side of it.
Veritz, what's on the other side of this door?
Should I make a perception check to hone in on what the voices are saying?
You listen in. They're not trying to be quiet. You listen in and you hear a rumbling voice say, "It's okay, little buddy. It's gonna be better real quick." Well, that's a new one. Don't know who that is.
Aye, maybe the other tunnel we might be able to check really. We're only at the very beginning. Maybe we should avoid fighting and confrontation so early in our journey.
I like that idea.
What say you we check the other corridor, Rorik?
Sure.
How about you,
We can double
SLR?
back. We can double back. I see no harm in it.
Aye. After you, Rorik. If you would be so kind as to lead the way, sir.
I'll bring up the rear.
Aye, I appreciate it.
All right. As you begin to wind your way, Rorik, as you turn the corner and begin to turn around it, you can see a small shape just around the corner. Looks like a goblin covered in white and blue fur.
Mm-hmm. Did he see me?
He has not yet.
I'm going to go ahead and get sneaky with it.
Okay.
Stealth check or no need?
No. So you take the stealth action or the hide action.
And while hidden, scoot up a little bit.
So just moving up there, you can now see a couple more goblins circled around a small little cutout of the room. You can see the group of furry blue-skinned goblins standing in the circle around a snarling wolf. It's chained to a spike in the center of the floor. They're jeering at it and jabbing at it with spears as it kind of dodges back and forth.
Okay. So how could I? What's the condition of the chain?
It just looks like a normal chain. It's not heavily damaged, but it's just a chain. Nothing special about it. enough to hold the wolf.
I could probably get that chain if you would like to. That might be a sound plan.
Salmonari, come and blast that chain and let our wolf friend loose on these goblins.
Aye.
I don't like the way they're treating him.
And I will let it loose at the chain. One Eldritch Blast.
Go ahead. Five damage. Let me check real quick. Yeah, just breaks it. So Salmonari turns the corner, not really being stealthy or anything, kind of just walks around, blasts an Eldritch Blast at the chain. The chain breaks, and the wolf is let loose. And
serves them right.
now, they did see the blast around the corner, but there is a wolf directly in the front of them.
Would I have time to take a step back to let Rorik pass me?
Yes.
Okay. Right, so I pop back one step. As I make that blast, I pop back out of the room, letting Rorik back in front of me.
Rorik, you moved.
Oh, sorry.
You good?
Darn it, Rorik.
There you go. So, Minari, you go first.
Can I see past Rorik to that, like to hit him with an Eldritch Blast? If I were to step to the side right here.
To see this one? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can shoot past him.
So I will take my bonus action to hex this gentleman. To me, use spell slot and boop. Is hex for 3.
All right.
And I will let fly an Eldritch Blast.
It misses the goblin.
Oh, and I need to fix that because it's not adding my charisma modifier, even though I have agonizing blast. But that will end it for my turn. I will step back and end it there.
Question, is Fritz still standing next to me? Because I don't see the token anymore.
You turn around and you don't see Fritz.
I kept my eyes on Fritz. Where did she go?
She's the sly one.
She is the greatest goblin wizard we'll ever meet. After all.
And now it goes to a frost goblin that has now seen that a lot has happened. Let me see here. Where is it? All right. And it begins to move closer to the wolf and attacks with its spear. Get his character sheet up. At the wolf. And want to auto roll. The frost goblin stabs its spear into the wolf, causing it 8 damage. Ends its turn. And the other goblin does the same. Just up there. The 2 goblins attack and kill the wolf.
Poor wolf.
You, SLR, you hear the wolf cry in the other room.
It makes me very upset, and I want to go forward. And I don't want to be very friendly to these goblins.
Feel free to let
Well,
loose.
it is your turn.
I'm gonna move forward a bit because I can't see anything. Am I able to step past Rorik here?
Yes, but it'll take, for his square to move past it, 2 squares. So 10 feet.
Double check my sheet. Give me 1 second.
If you click on your character, the red circle is your movement speed. So each square is 5 feet. So to get where you are now,
25.
10, 15. So you have 15 more feet. So you can move past Rourke and 1 square.
So right here.
Yeah, or the one above it. Either one.
Okay, I'm gonna move out of the way actually so that he can see as well. Okay, am I able to use my wild shape right now?
If you wanted to, you can turn into any beast CR 1/4 or lower.
I was trying to find a list of beasts. I'm not too sure what's available to me though.
Anything, really any animal below 1/4. So like a wolf. Let me see. Beast.
I'm probably gonna do the wolf just because they just killed the wolf.
Yeah, wolf, giant frog, giant bat, giant centipede, giant lizard.
I feel like
Or panther.
I'm gonna turn into a wolf.
Okay. Then I'm just going to do this here.
It's very poetic.
And I'm
Be
gonna
kind
give
to animals, otherwise there are consequences.
It'll literally come to bite you. Let me give that wolf.
Centipede is tempting though. Maybe it could crawl on the ceiling, but
And let me give
pack
you
tactics.
Yes.
Keen hearing, smell, and pack tactics.
And let me give you
And applies a knockdown effect on every hit. Wow.
Yeah, they are good. There we go.
You
And
get it.
this one can be controlled by Merlin. There we go. You should be able to move this wolf.
We shall now be known as the Revengers.
I don't see the wolf token.
Should be right next to you now.
I see it.
Probably hasn't loaded.
Yeah.
So you wild shape into the wolf. We'll say you do that while running into the room. With wild shaping, I don't recall, is it an action or a bonus action? It should say at the top of the wild shape ability.
I'm double checking.
I thought it was bonus.
I think it's bonus, but I haven't played a druid in a while.
Oh, it says action.
Yeah,
says-
use your action. Okay. So you become a wolf. And we will just put the wolf on your token. There we go.
Oh wait, you gave me okay. So because I also have combat wild shape as an ability, I can use it as my bonus action and still maintain my action.
Okay, perfect. Then you still have an action. Because you wild shape into a wolf, your speed is 40 feet, so you can move 10 more feet.
What's the range for pack tactics on the wolf?
5 feet.
5 feet? Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna move a little closer to engage with this
And
goblin here.
you'll be using the wolf's attacks. So, let me load its character sheet. You can bite if you would like.
Yes, I would like to try and bite, but where do I select that?
It would be on the wolf, but if it hasn't loaded for you yet, I can just click it.
I think I got it.
Oh, perfect. Let me check. The goblin does dodge out of the way. So with a 12 to attack, you did miss the bite at it.
Okay. I think that's really all I can do at this point.
All right. And 2, 3. You see one goblin run to the back of the room and onto the bridge. All right. And you can see it fiddling with some sort of ballista on the bridge. That ends its turn. Rorik, it is your go.
Yes. Let's see. Let's go ahead and move up a little bit into this cave here. That's the goblin messing with the ballista, right?
No, the one on the ballista is on the bridge.
Oh,
toward the far end of the room.
I'm going to go ahead and not gonna rage, but at least not yet. Great axe in hand, I will recklessly attack the goblin to my right.
Okay.
Actually, I will go ahead and bonus action rage.
Okay. Bonus action rage, so you can apply your rage modifier.
Nice. Well, it's not rolling
And
damage.
that's weird. You just click Great Axe on the.
I did.
So on the actual chat.
Oh.
So right below where it shows 24, you click Great Axe, it'll roll the damage.
Yeah,
there you go.
And then go into your options on your character sheet, and you can that little gear wheel on your character sheet, and you go down to auto roll damage. And turn on your advantage toggle and all that stuff.
And while raging and attacking with your Great Axe, you cleave that goblin down.
Ooh.
And I'm going to go ahead and move over right next to that goblin. And that's my only attack, so I'll end my turn.
All right. Well, it goes to the goblin that is now next to you. And it attacks you with its spear. And because you attacked recklessly, it attacks at advantage. With a 22 to hit, it hits. Dealing 3 piercing, but you're raged, so you take half damage from the piercing. So you take, say, 1, and you take 3 cold damage. So 4 damage. That ends. That's got. Well, and now that goblin uses its bonus action to disengage from you. And moves over here. This goblin, now with a new wolf in front of it, going to follow suit of its brothers and attack at the wolf. Which it hits with a 20, dealing 11 damage, which is the exact amount of health that a wolf has. So enough to fall the wolf, so you revert back into your previous form. And then we go to Silmanari. You see that SLR has turned back into his previous form. He's no longer a wolf. You can't see Rorik. He's somewhere in that room. And as you get closer, there are more goblins than you counted before.
Ooh. Aye, it looks like a real pickle. Let's go ahead and waggle my fingers over at that frost goblin and hit him with another eldritch blast.
With a 13, that misses. You hit some of the bedding right next to him.
The dice do not love me today. All right, I shall take a step forward. Not the smart of moves. You know what? I'll take another step back. Nah, need to see into the room.
That pirate shuffle.
Yes, unsure of whether to be good or pillage. And we'll end it here.
That one is no longer functioning. This goblin charges forward at Rorik and stabs at him with its ice spear. The 21, it hits. Only dealing 4 piercing damage with the 3 cold, dealing 7 total damage to Rorik. SLR.
So I'm going to move past these guys over to the bridge. And then
So now you did pass one of the frost goblins. Did you want to take the disengage action so it doesn't get attacks of opportunity, or did you just want to run past it?
what the disengage option?
So when you move past an enemy, when you're within 5 feet of it and you move past it, out of its range, it gets to use its reaction to make an attack of opportunity unless you have disengaged from it, which is an action. Unless you're a rogue.
Okay. I will disengage from it then.
Okay. Basically, if you run past something, it's going to swing at you as you pass.
Yeah.
It may choose
And then I
to.
guess I'll.
Yes, if they choose to.
Okay. I'll disengage, and then for my bonus action, I'm going to cast Healing Word on myself.
Oh, because you were in your wolf form, you actually haven't taken any damage. The damage reverts you back to your previous form.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, I thought I had taken damage.
Rorik, if you're using Healing Word, Rorik may need it.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, hang on. I gotta see if I'm even close enough for him.
You are.
Okay, I am.
Yeah, it's like 60 feet.
I'll use my bonus action then to cast Healing Word on you, on Rorik.
All right.
And then for the level picking, I can just pick like level 1, right?
Yes. However high you want to cast it, as long as you have the spell slot to cast it. Which at level 2, I don't think you have level 2 spells yet. So I think you only really have the option for level 1. So you throw 3 health points over to Rorik. All right. So the frost goblin on the bridge, fumbling with the ballista, has it loaded and gets behind it. It sees you, SLR, running toward it. You threw your healing word back, but you're rushing toward this goblin. It's freaking out and terrified of you. It loads the ballista and fires at you. So let me see here. I don't actually have a thing for it, so I'm just going to roll for the attack. Roll a d20. has a +6 to the attack. So a 10, the Frost Goblin quickly fires out of the ballista, and you see this frozen fish, frozen just straightwise and almost sharpened at the front of it, goes flying past you. It doesn't hit you, but a large frozen trout just flies past your face from the ballista.
I wonder if that could have killed me. The giant fish.
All
Death
right,
by
Rorik.
frozen trout.
Okay, I'm going to attack this one normally. Oh, my HP should be 17, actually.
Oh, she healed you by 3. So it was 7. Oh, you
I
already
was
did it.
at 14 before.
Gotcha. Yeah, we'll correct it.
Swing.
Go ahead.
Nice.
That goblin is no longer there. It's there, and there.
And I'm going to move up right about here.
Just about there or exactly there?
Perhaps, definitely, considerably
Maybe.
there.
Well, as you rush
Near
up to that frost goblin, it's still holding its ice spear and takes a poke at you.
Good.
With a 23 to hit, it does.
Good.
Dealing 3 piercing and 2 cold, so 5 total damage to Rorik.
Good.
And this one, as it sees the large barbarian that has now cut 2 of its friends, one of them in half and one into about 4, rushes over and takes a poke at him. What's your AC? 16?
Mm-hmm.
But Rorik just steps out of the way of this one. And that frost goblin ends its turn. So we go back to Silmanari.
You know, let's go ahead and take a step forward into the room. And
It's a lovely room.
we shall throw at the gentleman that I have hacked. We shall throw a mind sliver. The DC 14's intelligence saving. They don't seem like terribly intelligent. And let's subtract
It was
1 off of its next saving throw.
Does your hex still apply to the mind sliver?
It
believe,
does,
right?
doing another 3
Which is
damage.
3. So 7 damage. It just topples over.
Hi. I guess its next saving throw will not be a success.
It fails its death save.
All of them.
Yeah.
And that shall end my turn. Let's go ahead and bonus action move my hex over to this one.
All right.
And we'll call my turn there.
Well, that one is no longer functioning. So we go to SLR.
Okay, since the one on the bridge is within range to me now, and it is technically kind of humanoid, am I able to use Charm Person on this goblin?
If you would like, may I ask your thoughts?
I want to see if he can be useful a little later. I don't want to just kill them all because we still have a mission.
So the creature is hostile toward you. Let me see here. We pull up Charm Person. I know that changes things.
It doesn't say anything about
You tend to.
it. Just says that
The
if it
charm
can...
creature regards you as a friendly acquaintance. It's advantage if you or your companions are fighting it. So it makes the saving throw at advantage. But yes, you can.
I will try.
All right. And the spell save is 12. Advantage, and it is a wisdom save. Your charm person has no effect on the goblin.
Dang.
It was a good idea, though.
Thank you, Drew.
Perhaps could have gotten some information out of it. And that goblin no longer has enough time to load its ballista and is afraid, hops off the ballista and begins to run away. It ends its turn. Rorik.
Okay, let's see. We're just gonna go ahead and wipe at this goblin. I'll go ahead and do it at advantage. Reckless like.
All right. You miss the goblin.
Damn.
Just barely. You shave some of its fur off.
Luck points.
Nope. But it is the goblin's turn. And it is going for a little bit more than your fur.
Bring it, you bastard.
The 22 it hits, dealing 3 piercing, 4 cold. So 7 total damage to the barbarian.
You tickle me.
You're fancy. So Minari, you can see 1 goblin remains in the room.
I shall waggle my fingers at him, and using the bonus action on this turn for move the hex over appropriately. And I shall hit him with the Eldritch Blast.
You Avada Kedavra that goblin into nothing.
Oof.
We might want to be moving on quickly since one of the goblins just ran off.
Aye, let's keep moving.
I agree,
Oh,
it says behind Summonar.
hi, Veritst. Care to join us?
One of them got away.
Well, help us chase him down. And I will move over by SLR. After him we go. And that shall end my...
I propose we might go a different direction rather than chasing down the goblin who could be headed towards more enemies.
Other way it is.
I propose that one of you heals me.
You know, I'll use one of my d6s for a healing light.
Alright. You heal for 3.
There you go, kind sir. And
Oh,
that
I
shall end my
appreciate
turn.
it, but I can still see the fibers of my obliques.
Drink a potion.
You all, if I didn't mention it, do have 1 healing potion each.
Take your potion then.
2d4 plus 2.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Can I drink it? Or
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I think you only rolled a d4.
You rolled 1. Get another.
oh, did I? Whoops. Can I re-roll the 2d4 or just roll one?
Yeah,
point?
just roll 2d4. We'll use the first one. We'll say it's 5 plus 2, so 7.
Okay.
All right. What do?
Rorik, what
I'm
do you
curious
think?
about-
Head back the other way to the other door and maybe make our way through.
Let's see if that thing is friendly, since we heard it talking to someone.
Aye.
It sounded menacing, but worth a try.
An enemy
this
of
point,
our
what do
enemy
we got
might
to
be
do?
our friend.
How big is the ballista?
It's large enough for a goblin to sit in the seat of and aim.
How heavy is it?
For you, it would be a little heavier than a heavy crossbow.
It's gonna rip it out of the ground.
It shoots fish.
I'm guessing that it takes like a full blown action to reload.
To load. Yep.
Okay, never mind.
Fire your frozen fish.
Yeah, frozen fish.
Frozen trout.
The frozen trout cannon.
I'm gonna ask Varitz if she knew what the voice of that thing was in there.
I keep telling you you're not that bright. I told you already. I don't know who he is.
I say we go check on him. Maybe let him out. Ask him if he'd like to join.
Oh, anything of value in the room? Loot worthy?
Let me double check.
You all and your treasure.
Let me refresh it. For some reason that one isn't loading. There we go. All right. That room. Just on the goblins' bodies, you can find the spears they used, which are crudely crafted wooden shaft spears with what look to be the stalagmites broken off and tied around to make a makeshift spear. You can find one per goblin. You search around and just looking around, you can see the beds that they all slept in, but nothing stands out to you.
Spears can be thrown, yeah.
Yes.
Might make quite a few fine projectile weapons.
How many did you say there were?
As many as there are goblin bodies, so 4.
Does anyone else want some?
I can carry a few for you.
I'll go 2 and 2 with Dominori. And it's a 10-foot reach, right?
Yes, you just count them as spears.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and actually equip one of them.
All right.
Add that to my inventory real quick.
Do some poking.
Maybe some throwing. And then we'll go head back that way. Spear.
What say you about calling this episode here in about 15 minutes?
No, that's good with me.
All right.
We'll do a part 2.
Sounds good.
But so, what do you all wish to do now? You've dealt with the goblins, at least most of them in this area.
I say we head back to the other door and see if that creature is friendly.
My rage ends when combat ends, doesn't it?
Yes, when you don't take attacks at anything, and nothing attacks you.
Okay.
I shall step back through this doorway.
Door
See something
is
disappear right around the corner.
Alright.
open, right?
No, it's closed. You just heard the thing talking on the other side. Or can you see inside of it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I can too.
Unfortunate.
Do you think we could get some? Do you think we get through this next piece in the next 15 minutes, or should we maybe call it here?
15. We should probably call it here.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you everyone for tuning in. We will schedule. I'll drop the next ad in the socials, and we'll see when we film part 2. I will let everybody know. Could be potentially 2 weeks from today. Actually, I'm thinking, as my birthday is actually next weekend. My birthday is next Sunday. Woo! I'll be doing that. Nothing.
Yeah.
Hanging out with the kiddo for the day. Anyway, I digress. So thank you everyone for tuning in. Have a great rest of your night.
Yeah.
Until next time.
See you all in the next adventure.
Bye-bye.